had an alert that was saying that, you know, a storm was going to come through, and it was looking like a category 2 or a 3. I still kind of felt like we could ride it out in our home. We didn't want to leave. Around 9:30, the wind started. The pressure differential, you could feel it in your ears popping. It was looking like it was going to come through and wipe everything out. Every restaurant, grocery store, any kind of retail outlet, they're all destroyed. We don't have anything left here. And that's the fear, is that, you know, we didn't know what we were going to do as far as resources at that point.
Salvation Army was here within 24 hours after the storm had left the area, doing what they do in the response phase of a disaster relief, and that is providing food and hydration to the survivors and first responders on the ground. So we have roughly about 60 canteens from all over the southern U.S. It's basically a modified food truck, but times 100. They're mobile food kitchens that are capable, depending on their size, preparing and feeding between 500 and 2,000 meals a day.
They started delivering water and meals, any kind of aid that you would need, things like that. So they really came through for us, and I can't be happier with their response to this.
Nothing unifies, unfortunately, like a disaster, and we've seen that time and time again. This is certainly the case here as well. You have friends helping friends, neighbors helping neighbors, and strangers helping strangers. And I think that's the silver lining in all this.
We happen to have the privilege of tracking their canteens and their vehicles and their assets while they're responding to these disasters. They've been able to place their assets and the canteens and the food and provide what they need to provide to the community a lot quicker using U.S. Fleet Tracking's live GPS tracking service. It allows them to know exactly where everything is at without having to make phone calls, which are extremely difficult when systems are down and networks are down and electricity is down. All they have to do is pull up a website and they know exactly where all that is.
And the Salvation Army is, very proud to be part of this effort. We've been serving survivors and first responders since 1900, every major natural disaster. It's in our blood, and it is an extension of our ministry of preaching the gospel through our social service in times of need.